In this video, I want to show you how to connect a Fire Stick or Fire TV box to your AV receiver. And I'll show you how to get the image on the TV with all the sound and everything working. So let's get started. The first step is to go on the back of your AV receiver. This is a Sony model, but if you have a Yamaha, Denon or any other brands, it should look almost the same with the HDMI ports on the top left corner. Over here you're going to find 4 HDMI in and 1 HDMI out. Your HDMI out could also be on the left side. So you're going to take your Fire Stick or Fire TV box, depending which model you have. This Fire Stick has the HDMI port integrated. If you have a model that doesn't have this HDMI connector integrated, you're going to get a cable. So connect the cable in one of these HDMI ports on the back. It does not matter which one you pick. You can plug it. I know that there's some indication over here, media box, Blu-ray DVD, satellite and game, but these are just suggestion. In my case, I'll plug it in the HDMI number 1 over here. Now these devices requires power. They are not able to work simply by plugging them. In the box, you may also have one of these HDMI extender. One HDMI female over here and one HDMI male on the other side. If, for example, you're going to put this receiver under your TV and there's not enough space on the table, because this adds quite a lot of depth to this device, well, instead of connecting it directly, you can connect your Fire Stick to the adapter I just showed you, like this. And now connect the adapter in the back of your receiver. This way, you see, you can tuck it on the side and it will take less space on the back. Now, these Fire Sticks requires power to work. They're not able to turn on simply by being plugged in your receiver. In the box, you may have a power cable included. I have lost mine, so I'll just take a regular USB cable. Once it's connected to your Fire Stick, you can connect the other end in a wall charger, or if your receiver has one of these power ports, power supply USB port over here, you can go ahead and connect it. The receiver will provide all the power your Fire Stick needs, so you don't have to connect it to a wall outlet. Obviously you can take a shorter cable, but yeah, this is the only one I had. Next step, connect an HDMI cable where it says TV out or HDMI out. We're going to connect the other end of this cable in the back of your TV. So let's get over there. So this is the back of my TV. My HDMI ports are on the side here, but maybe yours are located under. You're going to notice that not all of them are identical. One of the HDMI ports will have written ARC beside it. In my case, it's HDMI number 1. But maybe yours is the HDMI 2, 3 or 4 that has the ARC. This is where we need to connect the amplifier. So I'll take the other side of this HDMI cable and simply insert it there. Next step is to turn on the TV and the receiver. Now it's time on the receiver to select the HDMI port where you have connected your Fire Stick. If you remember, in my case, I have chosen HDMI 1, which is media box. So depending on which model you have, you may have one of these input selector, you may have some input selection over here, and I'll simply select media box because this is where my Fire Stick is located. Great. Now it's time to go on the menu of your TV. Now take your TV remote control and maybe you're going to have an input button somewhere over here. This TV remote control does not have this, so I have to go through the menus and select inputs. Next, you need to select the HDMI port where you have connected your receiver, the HDMI port that is ARC. I have connected in HDMI 1, so I'll select HDMI 1. Wait a few seconds, and here we go, we have our Fire Stick. Take your Fire Stick remote control. You may have the menu of your receiver appearing on the screen and your Fire Stick in the background. You can take your receiver remote control to navigate in this menu, but you don't have to. Go ahead and launch any movies, any TV program, music that you want to listen, and the sound should come out of the speakers that are connected in the back of your AV receiver. If it's not working, we can change a few settings. Take your Fire Stick remote control and we need to go towards the right side where you see the settings. This is the settings. Go down, select display and audio, go down, select audio, select surround sound, and if you didn't have any audio coming out of the speakers when watching something, you can try PCM instead. If it's not working, try Dolby Digital Plus, and finally Dolby Digital if none of these are working. It really depends which brand, which model of receiver you're having. I cannot give you some specific direction over here since there's so many out there. So you need to try these in case you don't have any audio, and for sure one of them will work. If you notice that there is some lag between the picture you're seeing on your Fire Stick and the sound coming out of the speakers of your home theater, there's an option called AV Sync Tuning. It's the last one in this menu. And over here, you're gonna do whatever they're telling you on the screen. So adjust the slider left or right until the visual and sound are in sync. So you're gonna hear a sound, and every time the ball touches that line going there, well, the sound needs to come out of the speakers. If you see that there's a lag, well, you can move the ball left or right, so it's actually synced. But overall, this is it. I hope my tutorial was helpful. If so, please leave a comment down below, subscribe, like, and I'll see you in the next video.